Hello and welcome. In today's episode we'll be covering multiplication of any number with 5. But the story doesn't end here because you can use that simple knowledge to calculate even more complex results. Stay tuned. Multiplication of any number by number 5 is very easy. How can we think of multiplication by 5? We can think of number 5 as half of 10. That makes things very simple. So multiplication of any number by 5 would be dividing that number by 2 and multiplying that result by 10, so adding a 0 at the end. That makes it very easy to do it mentally. So for example 444 multiplied by 5 would be 2220. That's it. You don't have to calculate anything. Pretty easy, right? But we don't have to stop here. We can use that knowledge to calculate more complex calculations. For example, you can think of number 50 as half of 100. So multiplication of any number by 50 would be as easy as dividing that number by 2 and multiplying that result by 100, so adding 2 zeros at the end. That's it. For example, 288 times 50 would be 14400, so 14,400. No need for any extra calculations. So now we can even take a step further and try to multiply any number with 51. Why not? So multiplication with 51 would be multiplying by 50 and adding that original number once more to the result. That's it. Also, multiplication of any number by 49 should be no problem now. It's like a multiplication by 50 and subtracting that original number from that result. So, by knowing how to multiply any number by 5, we should also be able to multiply any number by, for example, 51, 52, 48, 49, any number that is close to 50, right? Let's take a look at a few examples. 24 multiplied by 5. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So our result is 1, 2, 0, 120. 86,244 multiplied by 5. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, 6 divided by 2 is 3, 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 4, 3, 1, 2, 2, and of course we add a 0 at the end. So 431,220 is our result. 467 multiplied by 5. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, 7 divided by 2 is 3, but we have one remainder, don't forget it. So our last digit won't be 0, it will be 5. 274 multiplied by 5. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, 7 divided by 2 is 3, but here we have one remainder, don't forget it. So our next digit won't be 4 divided by 2, but it will be 14 divided by 2, which is 7. And of course we end our result with a 0. So our final result will be 1370. 456 multiplied by 5. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 5 divided by 2 is 2, but we have one remainder here, don't forget it. Our next digit won't be 6 divided by 2, it will be 16 divided by 2, which is 8. And of course we end our result with 2 zeros. So our final result will be 22,800. 24 multiplied by 51. So 24 multiplied by 50 would be 1200. but because we are not multiplying by 50, we are multiplying by 51, we have to add 24 more. So our final result will be 1224. 74 multiplied by 49. So 74 multiplied by 50 would be 3700. But because we're not multiplying by 50, we're multiplying by 49, we have to subtract 74 from that. So our final result will be 3700 minus 74, which is 3626. Let's take a look at a few examples. 86 multiplied by 52. So 86 multiplied by 50 would be 4300, but we have to add 172. So our result will be 4472. So 17 times 50 would be 850, but we have to add 34 more, so that's 884. It will be 7 by divided by 2 is 3, 15 divided by 2 is 7, and 18 divided by 2 is 9, and 0. It's too easy. So 78 times 50 would be 3900. 3 divided by 2, 1, 12 divided by 2, 6, and 0, 0. So 7 divided by 2, 3, 18 divided by 2 is 9, and we have that 1, 0, 5. Two divided by 2 is 1, 3 divided by 2 is 3, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 0 at the end. Seventeen divided by 2 would be 8, 16 divided by 2 would be 8, and 0 of course. So 9 divided by 2 would be 4, 10 divided by 2 would be 5, 7 divided by 2 is 3, and 5 of course instead of 0 because we have the remainder at the last digit. 3 divided by 2 is 1, 14 divided by 2 is 7, 5 divided by 2 is 2, and because we have a remainder we put our last digit not 0 but 5. This is easy. 2, 2, 2 divided by 2, 1, 1, 1, and 0 at the end. That's our result. 5 divided by 2 is 2. 11 divided by 2 is 5. 13 divided by 2 is 6. And of course 5 is our last digit, not 0, because we have remainder at the last digit. 9 divided by 2 is 4, 16 divided by 2 is 8, 4 divided by 2 is 2, and of course 0 at the end. Five divided by 2 is 2, 15 divided by 2 is 7, 10 divided by 2 is 5, and of course 0 at the end. That's it. 9 divided by 2 is 4, 16 divided by 2 is 8, we have a 0 and of course one more 0 at the end. So 14 multiplied by 50 would be 700, but we have to subtract 28 from 700, which is 72. 7 divided by 2 is 3, 19 divided by 2 is 9, 11 divided by 2 is 5, and of course 5 as our last digit, not 0. 5 divided by 2 is 2, 19 divided by 2 is 9, 18 divided by 2 is 9, and of course we have one more 0 at the end. 72 multiplied by 50 would be 3600, but we have to add 144 more because we are multiplying by 52, not by 50. So our result is 3744. This one is easy. 8 divided by 2 is 4, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and we have 2 zeros because multiplying by 50 is like dividing by 2 and multiplying by 100. So two divided by 2 is 1, 7 divided by 2 is 3, 12 divided by 2 is 6, and we have one more 0 at the end. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 0 divided by 2 is 0, 9 divided by 2 is 4, but we have one remainder, don't forget it, so our last digit won't be 0, it will be 5. Seven divided by 2 is 3, 18 divided by 2 is 9, and we have one 0. 17 divided by 2 is 8, we have one remainder, so 14 divided by 2 is 7, and one more 0 at the end. So that's it for this episode. In the next one, we'll be covering multiplication of any number by 11. Remember, do it in your head. Bye! If you got some value out of this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to support the channel, I've made a mental math course which will enable you to learn, practice and apply that knowledge in your everyday life. While practicing, you can either write the results or speak to a microphone in any language, so it's also very fun to use. Take a look at my merch store: caps, mugs, mousepads, t-shirts, phone cases and more. There is something for everybody to choose from the store. If you are, on the other hand, more artistic oriented, please take a look to my image gallery and choose some of my photography for your blog, website or any other purpose.